Hey everybody, thank you for joining in. Tonight we're going to take a look at the Aspire Breeze 2. I got this over at Halo 6. You can find Halo 6 on the web at www.halo6.com. I'll leave all their Facebook, their Instagram, and their Twitter. I'll leave all those down there. This is a kit that they sell over there for $29.99 over there. Very, very cool. This is if you have used the Breeze 1. This is an upgraded model. Very, very cool onto that. This does come in blue, black, red, and gray. Also, you can buy your coils over there. You can buy a 5-pack for $12.99 over there. We can talk about all that when we get down below. This is a 1,000 mAh battery compared to the original, which was a 650, I believe it was. The coils are compatible from the version 1 to the version 2. So you actually have a bigger assortment now, where the other ones were a 1.2, I believe it was, and a 1.6 or something like that. This one comes with a 1.0 ohm and a 0.6 ohm, which is more for your sub ohm. And they also sent over a couple of their flavors of their Nic salts. This is their Tribeca. This is a 35 milligram, but you can also get it in a 50 milligram over there. And they also sent over another one of their staples, which is the Subzero, which is a very heavy menthol. And this also is a 35 milligram, but you can also get it in 50 milligram. It is a 50-50 mix, so it works very well in the Aspire Breeze. But also when you switch over to the other coil, which comes with a 0.6 ohm, which is more for your sub ohm, you can use your regular e-liquids into that, which is very, very cool. They've done a couple different things onto it, but we can look at that when we go down below. It does have a 3.3 millimeter tank onto it. Very easy to change the coils. Very easy to fill all of that. It does have, where the other one was a dual, where it had your auto draw and the fire. This one's just the fire button onto it, but this one does have pass through, which is very cool. What else can I tell you? Very impressive, man, for a little device like this. It's very pocket friendly. But you know, the best way to really to look at this thing is down below. So why don't you meet me down there? All right, so here we are down below, and it's the way it comes in here. It tells you that it says Aspire Breeze 2. This is what the device looks like. On this side, it's going to have your QR code, your UPC, and it also has a batch number there. This side it has Aspire. Back side here tells you what the contents are. Tells you that it's Breeze 2. Tells you what it comes with. Tells you it has their website, all their warning, and all their things that they need to do. Let's open this up here. And you open this up. I like this box. Presentation is very key, and they know how to do it at Aspire. That's one thing I'll say. You have your warranty card here, and tells you your warranty information, your limitations, and then also has your USA center, your Canada center, and your UK center. Very, very cool. This is here's your little leaflet manual. Tells you you know, the drip tip. Tells you what the pod is, which we'll go over all of that. It has all your contents, your specifications, how to fill it, how to replace the coil, all your precautionary measures here, your protective features, and how to charge this onto it, and possible side effects, which is very, very cool. Comes with a little baggie here, and it has 4 O-rings and an additional plug for your pod, which we'll go over when we take a look at it. Comes with a USB charging, and also this also not only is it charging, but it also has pass-through capability. Very, very cool. This here comes with a 1.0 ohm coil, which is going to be for your Nic salts, which is going to have a green ring. This one is a white ring at 0.6. This is just the sub ohm. This is for your regular e-liquids. Here's the star of the show. Here, you take that out, and here's your Breeze. And from top to bottom here, it is going to be 95 millimeters And across this way it's 17 millimeters, and this way it's 35 millimeters here. This does have a 1,000 mAh battery onto it, which I believe the Breeze 1 was a 650. Don't quote me onto it. I believe that's what it was. This does have a 3 milliliter capacity tank onto it. We'll go over how to fill it, which is very easily to refill. Very easy to change the coil onto it, except for the drip tip, which we'll go over once we do a look at that as well. Also, it has just your 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will turn it on, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will turn it off. Where the Breeze 1, you had the vacuum, and this one only has the auto draw. I'd call it vacuum, but the auto draw or the power button. This one's only the power button. They've moved the USB charging here from where the other one was on the bottom. They moved it up to here, and you have air venting here onto the bottom as well. Also, what else can I tell you about this here? I think that's about it. So let's get this all out of the way, and then we'll take a look at the device itself. You do have the nice little dust cover, which is very handy. You know, when you have it in your pocket, you don't have stuff falling down into here, so you're not sucking up. The only thing is that these little ears that are in there, if you don't get this cap on right and it causes them to bend, next time you're gonna have a hard time getting that to line up onto there. So just be careful when you're putting that on, but you can go in there and adjust them with your like a little pen or whatever. And then here's your drip tip onto it, which you better not have long nails, or you females, because to get this drip tip off, you really have to work at it. And I could see you women breaking your nails. You have airflow on each end of this here, and then you have adjustable airflow on your for your coil. And to replace the coil, you just take this and unscrew this, and that's where your coil would be. And this is the one, like I said, with the green. This is the 1.0 ohm coil. Also, the Breeze 1 coils will work with this, and that's I did use the 1.2 when I was doing the Subzero onto it. And then to get the pod out, you would just hit that little, you squeeze those two, and the pod will pop right out. To fill this up here, you would just fill this up, pop that out. You would fill right down in that little hole right there. And that's why they give you an extra one. So if you end up losing this one, or when you go to wash it, you have an extra one there, which is very cool, very forward thinking. This right here is what makes the contact into here. The center would be your positive, the 2 out would be your negative. So that's what makes that work. To turn it on, like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's your lights flashing. Turn it off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very cool. So then you just pop that in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And why don't we take it up on top, and we'll talk about my thoughts. All right, so welcome back up on top. What you guys think of this here? I'm impressed with it. I do have a couple cons that I'll go over, but let's talk about the liquids, because I really didn't talk about it down below. The Tribeca is one of my staples. I've been in love with Tribeca for about 5 years, since I've been vaping. This is one of the very first flavors that I had tried from Halo. And their Tribeca to me is, if you're an RY4, this one's a little bit more sweeter. It's more caramely than a regular RY4. But they've always done it right. It's always been one of my favorite flavors altogether. Now they have it in a Nic Salt, and you can get it in a 35 milligram or 50 milligram. That's one of my cons. I'll talk about it in a few minutes. But the flavor onto this is spot on. Very, very good onto it. The Subzero, I had to run this one here. I ended up getting another coil from the Breeze 1, which was the 1.2, just to try this out. Again, I'm not a big menthol person. Very, very cold. Very, very cold. You got that nice winter mint with that very cold onto it. But if you have tried their Subzero, you know what this is about. They've nailed it onto this one here. Very good onto that. And then I did try it. I do have it loaded in my this Kiri UFO. Woo! need a drink. Like I said, I'm not a big menthol fan, but boy, that really, woo-hoo. If you're a menthol and you like that cold, Subzero is one for you to try out for sure. The 0.6 ohm coil, love that coil. That one was probably my favorite coil altogether because I can use my regular e-liquids onto it. So now let's get to the pros and cons. The pros, I love the convenience of this. It's very pocket friendly. It's very easy to change your coils, very easy to fill. I like the pass-through option onto it. Everything about this, I like this. This is a great for someone that's starting out, and I like that they give you the two different choices of the coils, the 0.6 and the 1 ohm coil, and you can also use the coils from the Breeze 1. So if you have any of those coils, you're all set onto that. But again, like I said, they sell a 5-pack over there for $12.99. Definitely go over and check it out. I have all the links down below for Halo down there. It's just very form-fitting, fits in your pocket. It doesn't take up a lot of space, and you know, when you want to get that hit, if you're a big Nic Salt fan, this is a device to use. I can definitely recommend this device. Now, some of the cons, like I had mentioned, if you females, if you have nails, you're not going to have them trying to get this top off to get that coil because it is very, very hard to get off. And I would like to see where you've got the one airflow on this side. I'd like to see it on both sides just to give it a little bit more air. I know it's supposed to be mouth to lung, but I think if you had a little bit more air, it would actually be a little bit more pleasing. But that's just my thing. What else do I have for cons? That's about it, really. The other con I have is the Nic Salts. I'm not a real huge fan of the Nic Salts, only because, and I think it's because I've been vaping for so long and I brought myself down to where I normally vape 0, 1.5, 3, and then 6 if I really want to bump it up. The Nic Salts really, to me, because I vape so much of it that I end up over-nicking myself because I carry this around all day long, and I mean, because I'm capable of doing it where I work and even when I'm home. So I just tend to think that I'm just vaping it like I'm vaping a regular one. Like if I have the regular coil in there, it's perfect. But when I'm doing the Nic Salts, I actually make myself a little sick. You know what I mean? But that's going to be right across the board for anybody. If you're using regular and you go to Nic Salts and you vape like you're regular, you're going to make yourself sick. So that's just for me. And again, like I said, Nic Salts for me really doesn't work. But for someone that is just quitting smoking, this is the ideal thing because you're going to have that high milligram. It's going to be perfect. And then you can bring yourself down if you want to use that 0.6 to use regular e-liquids. It's an all-in-one. It's perfect. Again, where I got this from was Halo 6. Thank you for sending it over for this review. And all their information will be down below. They also have 2 new flavors in their Nic Salts, also in their Evo line. I noticed that on their website, so you have a couple different options of their Nic Salts as well. Also, I'm not sure on the pricing onto it. I didn't check out the pricing onto the liquids. They did send these over for review, so my bad onto that. But overall, I like this device. I can definitely recommend it. And like I said, I'm not a big fan of the Nic Salts, but overall, it's a real solid device. Aspire, very good. Halo, for picking this up, excellent. That's going to do it for tonight, folks. So until the next time, keep